I think that the reason some people, misguidedly, I think, believe that God's justice is consequentialist is because so frequently in the Bible, God brings judgment upon people with a view toward their repentance. So, for example, he will judge Israel with terrible punishments, but with a view toward bringing about Israel's repentance and reformation and to restore Israel to its right path. And so in many cases, God's punishment in this life can have consequentialist aims and benefits, primarily the reformation and restoration of the wrongdoer. And I think that people make an unjustified extrapolation from that truth to saying that God's justice is entirely consequentialist, that the only reason he punishes people is with a view toward the extrinsic benefits that are achieved thereby, like the reformation of the wrongdoer. And the reason I say that this is ultimately misguided is because in the Bible, in the end analysis, God's judgment is what theologians call eschatological. It comes at the end of time, the end of human history, on the judgment day, when further reformation is impossible, because at that point, the separation between heaven and hell is made. And so punishment imposed at that point, it seems to me, cannot be consequentialist because there are no further benefits or consequences of doing this. It can only be retributive, namely, the ungodly receive finally their just desert, which they have deserved all the way along the line, but which God has stayed in his mercy until that final judgment when they ultimately do receive their just desert.